I shouldn't be here. My brother should be alive. And this next generation, they're not marching for another 30 years.
The breeze stops blowing. The sun just leaves the sky.
We've been I shouldn't be here. My brother should be alive. And this next generation, they're not marching for another 30 years.
The summer's gone. The breeze stops blowing. The sun just leaves the sky.
We've been working on I Am SAC Foundation. You can find that online at IamSACFoundation.com. But most importantly, we've been working on bridging the gap between law enforcement and this community, providing resources and healing spaces for those in need in our community, informing and educating about policy and legislative change, because I believe that is legacy on paper. We've been working on receiving recommendations from the community on how to prevent
Thank you all for joining me for a special edition, Conversations with Mr. Clark. I see you, Mac Block. Was good with the guy. Sorry, our intro video is not getting right. You know, that's because whoever's working this system don't know what the hell they doing, okay? So thank you all for tuning in. I'm sure this is ready to go live on Instagram as well. There we go. There we go. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for joining me for a special edition of Chopping It Up at Conversations with Mr. Clark, Thank you all for coming in. Keep on coming in. Thank you all for joining me. Hello there. Hello to you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Trying to make this a recurring thing. Before I leave the office, make sure I come and talk to you guys direct. You know. So I want to be able to talk to the people directly from where I'm sitting. Do our check-ins, amen. Got to do our check-ins. So I'm glad everybody's be able to join me. And come on in. So a lot of things are going on in the country, especially when it comes to a lot of these missing brothers and sisters and even young ladies out here. Daniel Robinson has been missing for nearly 3 months now. And his family is hoping that the Gabby Petito case, all the news surrounding her case, will bring some attention to his case. And the family isn't arguing that the Petito, this is what I like about this family. The family isn't arguing that the Petito case deserves less, but that Day deserves more, you know? As a mother, Bolden Day said she understands what Petit's family is going through, and she would never minimalize their pain. But she asked the media, she asked the FBI, and she asked the law enforcement, do you not see us? Do you not see me as the mother? Do you not see my son? Daniel Robinson was a 24-year-old geologist. He was last seen at a job site in the area. And I want to let anybody know there's any missing people in the local Sacramento area and that you need help sharing that information, getting that out there, please send it to us. We would love and be more than happy to help find your loved one to bring them back home. Just like the family of Daniel Robinson would love to see him again. Daniel Robinson is 5 feet 8 inches, 165 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes, and he's missing part of an arm. And his father has even hired a private investigator and started an online petition to help his son. So I think that's amazing as well. Maya Millette, a mother of 3, has been missing for over 9 months. She's 39 years old. She was last seen here in California in Chula Vista near San Diego. Maya's sister has been fighting nonstop. She said her heart goes out to the Petito's family because everything is coming out now because of the Petito family. Gabby Petito's story has really opened up a lot of these missing cases, which a lot of these missing cases should have been open. And people should have been taking these cases more seriously. We shouldn't take Gabby Petito for people to take missing lives seriously. So Maya's sister has said that her heart goes out to the Petito family, but she also wishes that law enforcement would have given her sister's case the same initial urgency. And I feel them. I feel that family and that too. Because sometimes they feel like law enforcement is doing more investigating on this side of the tracks and not this side. And that is a problem with us because when we see that, we feel failed. Yet Petito is one of missing in the United States. By December of 2020, the Federal Bureau of Investigations reported that 89,000 active missing person cases, with 45% involving people of color. I'm going to say that number again to you. 89,000 active missing person cases, with 45% involving people of color. Now, if that don't piss you off, shit, I don't know what the hell do. The key here is that many times when our children go missing, they're classified as a runaway. And this happens far too often. Children run away from home, they're classified as runaways, and nobody's looking into it because they believe those kids are out there just running away. And then if they're classified as a runaway, they don't receive the Amber Alert. They don't get the massive searches or any type of media coverage that follows with that. The media coverage is key when it comes to these missing reported cases, when it comes to these missing children, when it comes to missing people in general. The media, the Amber Alerts are key to finding them. As much as the public support is. We tell families that you know your child or family member better than anyone else. If you know your family member didn't run away, don't let law enforcement classify them as a runaway, because they will. Tomorrow, the Reverend Al Sharpton, switch subjects now. Sorry, you guys, got to switch subjects now. But tomorrow, the Reverend Al Sharpton will be visiting Haiti. He will be going there, taking a tour and visiting Haiti to pray with the people there in Haiti. So we're sending love, light to the Reverend Al Sharpton and all the groups. A lot of groups and organizations going over there to the Texas border tomorrow. Sending love and light your way. Thank you for going out there to commemorate life and legacy in a positive light and stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters from Haiti. Haitians being whipped like animals are not illegal aliens or migrants. They're asylum seekers. Seeking asylum, I don't know if you guys know this, but seeking asylum is actually legal in the United States of America. Haiti has had a major earthquake. Haiti's president has just been recently assassinated. The president's gone. The infrastructure's all fucked. And the country is in turmoil. The country is in despair. The country needs prayer. The country needs help. The country needs food and water and aid. Their inhumane treatment at the border is not only deep-rooted in division and careless retaliation to black and brown people, but is deep-rooted highly in white supremacy. This is a humanitarian issue. The Biden administration is failing. Miserably. This is a test of humanity and empathy. Our Haitian brothers and sisters need us and are in need of our help and our full attention. They need us to be in solidarity with them. Around 14,000 Haitians, 14,000, that's the number. Around 14,000 Haitians will be expelled from the United States over the coming 3 weeks, which means they will go back to that country that is still in turmoil. They will go back to that country which just had a massive earthquake. They will go back to that country where the president has just been recently assassinated. In 3 weeks, all 14,000 of them will be rounded up and sent back to Haiti. Almost the exact number currently gathered in that encampment in the Del Rio, Texas, which our Reverend Al Sharpton will be going to visit tomorrow with other organizations. 4 months ago, your beloved Joseph Biden said Haiti wasn't safe. I didn't say those are not my words. Those are Joe Biden words. 4 months ago, Joe Biden said Haiti wasn't safe. Now the Biden administration is using the Trump era policies, to justify mass deportation. But you have to remember, Obama deported more immigrants, illegal immigrants, whatever, than any president in history. You don't believe me? Google it. The only difference between Biden and these Trump era policies is that Biden is doing it in a quicker pace. He's in a rush. He ain't wasting no time. The Biden administration, along with Kamala Harris, doesn't get to be both an ally of immigrant communities and an active oppressor. You don't get to do that. And it's very important that we understand Kamala Harris is a daughter of immigrants. She is a daughter of immigrants. So you would think that there's something there. But she doesn't get to use her immigrant ties to get our support for her elections, but then play bystander to our plight, if that makes sense. Biden also deports is a trending hashtag right now, because the way he is handling the mass brutality, the mass deportation of the Haitian community over at the encampment in Del Rio, Texas, where over 14,000 Haitians reside currently. And 4 months ago, Biden was on the record saying Haiti was not safe. Now he's deporting thousands there. Now, don't tell me Afghanistan not safe, Sacramento not safe, and then I'm trying to get out of there because I know asylum is legal here. I know that asylum is legal here, and as soon as I come for the legal asylum, I'm getting whipped like an animal, and then you send my ass back to the oppression. You send my ass back to the president was assassinated. You send me back to where the turmoil is still taking place. You send me back there for even worse. Don't lie to me. Be real with me. Be honest, because asylum's not legal. If that's the case, because you're whooping us like animals at the border. So much love to the Reverend Al Sharpton for going out there, because he's doing what a lot of people don't do, standing on the front lines. And that's why I love my dear brother, because this is a humanitarian issue, and this is America's litmus test. This is America's show. This is the show if we're better now than we were during the Trump administration. How are we going to show our humanity and empathy when it comes to the Haitian community? Now back to my legacy pamphlet. My magazine is available online. You guys can all cop that, support that, and get that at www.imsacevents.org. Now, I've always said, if you're not part of the movement, your ass is part of the moment. The way you become part of the movement is by going to www.imsacevents.org or going to www.imsacfoundation.com. The reason you should go to www.imsacevents.org is because you need to understand that we have a legacy pamphlet there, that if you buy it and you go get that, you will be an active member of this movement. And we have plans starting at $5. It was going to 10, going to 15, 20, 50 to 100. And I'm telling you all right now, become a member. This is an actionable item. Or volunteer or intern, donate. Your time is worth more than your money. Your time is worth more than your money. And if you're not willing to donate your time, you need to be donating your money. Huh? You should not only be doing community service when the court forces you to do so. That is crazy to me. And a lot of people only do community service when the court forces them to do it because they ass got in trouble. That's like only praying to God when things are going bad. Don't you think you should thank God for when things are going good? Don't you think you should thank God for just waking up in the morning? Don't you think you should thank God that you can move and talk and walk and dance? You think God gonna want to listen to your ass if you only call him when shit going bad for you? Huh? That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about individualism. You think that it's all about I, and it's not. It's not about I, it's about we. It takes a village. It takes a village. It takes the community. That's why the word unity is in community. That's very, 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 very important. That if you do not donate, you are sending me a direct messaging. You are hitting me up on Instagram. You are going to my email, imsacfoundation@gmail, saying, hey, I got some extra time I have. Throw me in. Put me to work, Mr. Clark. I need something to do when it comes to helping my village and supporting my community. If that's you, let's work. I got somebody for you. We have a great team of people here that we would love to add you to our collective and take you further and build with the community so we could bridge gaps that have never been bridged, that people haven't even attempted to bridge before. Huh? Ain't y'all sick of seeing the death in the community? Ain't you sick of seeing the violence? Aren't you sick of seeing the deceit? Huh? Aren't you sick of seeing the murder? So far this year, police have killed 745 people. We got to do something about it. www.imsacevents.org, www.imsacfoundation.com. 7 o'clock, I got to go, you guys. But we have a SAC 6 program here that helps me. And if it helps me, it'll help you. Number 1 is bridge the gap between law enforcement and at-risk communities. Number 2 is inform and educate on policy and legislative change. Number 3 is provide resources and healing spaces for those in our community. Number 4 is to commemorate the life and ongoing legacy of my dear brother Stephon Clark in a positive light. Number 5 is to receive recommendations from the people on how to prevent Stephon's from ever happening again. And number 6 is spread the gospel of love. Everybody love everybody. That's our story, and we're sticking to it. Thank you all for joining us for a special conversation with Mr. Clark.